Hello, welcome to my adulting for adults. Maybe I'll call it therapy for adults. Welcome to my therapy for adults. The reason why I chose this scenery is because this is my comfort zone. This is where 99% of my conversations that I have with most people that I mentor and that I counsel is where it's at, right here, right in this rocking chair. And I'm literally sitting there like this, listening to you and writing. So I thought, what better place to have my meetings with you when I go online or live than where I always am. And that way you can picture how I'm looking. You can picture where I'm sitting as you're talking to me. And maybe you can, feel even more comfort in knowing that I'm like in a real genuine spot. I'm not at work. I'm not at no office. I'm not on no uncomfortable desk. I am in my bedroom, sitting on my rocking chair, listening and giving sound advice. So first I want to talk about just being a good person. Just caring about somebody else's needs outside of yours. I want to talk about morals and ethics. I want to talk about opening your heart to people. Being a good person involves treating people with respect. Having morals and ethics is having dignity about yourself. Not trying to destroy somebody else's character. Out of all the negative things and the deceitful things and the evil things that people have done to me, I would never use my platform to blast them out. Never. Because that's a part of being a good person. People live and they regret their mistakes. People live and they outgrow that evil person that they once was. So I just believe in extending grace. Because I want God to extend grace to me. I want God to forgive me. So that's what I intend to do with my enemies. I tend to forgive them. I haven't, but I tend to. That means that I intend to. I want to. At some point, I want to work towards that. That's a goal of mine, to forgive my enemies for despitefully using me. And how can I tell you anything? How can I counsel you? How can I give you any constructive advice if I don't live by it? So trust me, everything that I say to you, I have gone through it. I am going through it, or it's eventually going to happen to me. My turn is coming, just like everybody else's. And I want to just really plead to you to not give up. Don't give up on the person you love, especially out of an assumption. Well, girl, he not treating me right. For days he haven't touched me. He haven't come home. He cussed at me. I found a number in his phone. I found him over this lady's house. These are legit reasons to feel a type of way. But is it a legit reason to like leave your marriage that you built on your knuckles? Is it a legit reason? Is your mate regretful? Did they learn a lesson from it? We not perfect. Come on now. Everybody sins differently. We are not perfect. You're not perfect and I'm not perfect. I'm 45 and here it is. I find myself crushing on people. I'm like, damn, is this a crush? Am I flirting? Like, I'm just being real. That my husband could consider that cheating. I flirt like 50 going north. But he told me that that's just my way. He like it. I don't know if other men like it that I flirt with. I don't know how their wife would feel. But it's I'm not perfect. So, just because you sin differently does not mean that you should be just cracking a whip down and just not being able to forgive. Now, if they're still doing these things that make you feel uncomfortable or that make you feel like they're not worthy of you, that's another story. Don't never settle. I'm not saying settle. I'm saying consider all first, because you built this marriage. You built this friendship. You built this relationship. If that trust is gone and you can't work at it, that's a horse of a whole nother color. And I support your decision to move on if you can. But if it's anything they're worth salvaging, then I think that you should salvage it. And don't let nobody else's opinion of what you're going through sway your decision. You understand that? Don't let nobody else's opinion sway your decision. That's your man. That's your wife. That's your husband. Okay? Don't let them do it. You will regret it. You will live in regret the rest of your life. You know, I go through things all the time. I have one of those husbands that's he is an introvert and I'm an extrovert. My husband is not a good communicator, and that's all I like to do is communicate. So at times when I'm ready to talk or when I need for him to answer some questions for me or to physically be there for me, he's not available. He's not able to because he doesn't process his information the same up here. He doesn't feel the same. He's introverted. He has to process it all inside first, and then it'll come out when he's ready. And if I want it to come out right now, because I'm ready, it'll really make him, really go inside, and he won't be able to explain nothing. It'll be like he's ignoring me or he's being disrespectful. So you have to really know your mate. For those that are contemplating divorce for infidelity, I would like for you to take a moment to think about if you've been the most trustworthy and faithful person in your marriage. Before you up and leave, I want you to think about that. Are you putting too much pressure on them? Did they really cheat? Or like, I know most people say emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating, but are you providing what they need? Or are you pushing them out to somebody else? What's going on with that? Are you being a bully in the situation? Are you taking advantage of the situation because he did something wrong and now you're holding it over his head? Won't even allow healing to start? How are you handling that? If there's physical abuse, are you allowing him to beat you? Are you beating him? Are you seeking help? What are you doing as a mate to help the situation or to get help for the situation? Are you helping or are you getting help? For those that's dealing with things like a husband who gambles or a husband who steals or a husband who's on drugs or a husband who is allowing others to disrespect you or a husband who is not coming home and it's not because of infidelity, just because he don't want to be around you. If you're dealing with that, what are you doing to help your mate? What are you doing to help your situation? Sometimes we got to look within, look at yourself and see how you can help, see what's going on with you. Maybe it's you sometimes, not always them. I was thinking about why women cheat. Most women cheat, not all. Most women cheat because of the emotional abandonment. The man is not there emotionally for us. So we first seek emotion from somebody else, and child, they wait. They waiting, honey. Them jokers is waiting. They waiting for you to say something like, I haven't talked to my husband, or one person told me, I'll never forget this. One person said they haven't slept with their wife in 9 months. Why? And why are you telling me that? So, you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful with what you tell people. That's opening the door for an invitation for them to make their shot, shoot their shot. You know how women are, how we are. We are emotional creatures. Once you get to flirting or giving us too much attention, we take it overboard. Here you are in a full-on relationship with a man. You married and he married. Neither one of y'all can't have each other. Now you growing feelings for him. That's going to get hurt. He growing feelings for you. That's going to get hurt. You have to be careful with what you do with your time and how you invest your time. And it's all a work in progress. If you have one of them husbands that's not really your friend. Because I never really felt like my husband was my friend. I always felt like he was my husband. Like he's not somebody that I can tell secrets to because he would judge me. He'd be like, oh, I don't know you was like that. Like I can, something simple like this. I could say, when I was in my early 20s, I dated this one guy. He'd be like, another one? It's like, dang, I can't even. You right, you my husband, I can't tell. I wish I had that in him. So if you have a husband who is your friend, start off there. Start off there. Like when they've done something and it makes you feel like you want to divorce them or leave them, or it makes you feel betrayed. Go back to your friendship. Because in order to have a friendship, you have to have that level of communication. You call somebody your friend for a reason, right? Because you can talk to them, you can confide in them, you like their advice, they like your advice. Start there. And stop giving up so fast. Don't give up. At least not until after you've tried everything that you possibly can. Counseling, speaking to somebody that's non-biased to y'all. You know, it could be a preacher, it could be a family friend who knew y'all before the marriage. Talk to somebody, talk to each other, pray. You don't have to be the most religious person, but you have to have God somewhere in the mix, a higher power. Everybody believes in something. Even atheists, they believe in the devil or whatever they believe. They believe in something. You have to believe that you are going to be able to work together as a team. You have to believe that what you made your vows, your commitment to, will resurface. And if you don't, it's okay to break it off and just try to be cordial. Because if you once loved that person, you'll always have love for them, I think. Don't you? If you once ever loved somebody, you'll always love them. But don't force yourself to be with somebody that you know is not good for you. I just want you to keep that in mind. I don't think I have too much to say about that because it's to each his own. It's about what you can handle as a person. I know what I can handle. And I know what breaks this little mental space right on down. Trust. I have to be able to trust you. You can mess up all you need to because I'm a mess up. But I got to be able to trust that you will straighten it out and stay straightened out. If I don't trust that, it ain't no moving forward. And I will always be transparent with you, always. So if I'm going through something, I'll tell you, most likely after it's over, because why take a person through this? Especially in marriage, you up and then you down. So stay encouraged and stay tuned for my next episode of Relationship for Adults. Bye.